So what we discussed in the last lecture?
Add user.
Right. Fine. So in the last lecture we discussed about what is user, why we create a user. So user is basically responsible to access the operating system, right? By using the user ID and password we can connect to your operating system, and there is a command like user add username. By using that command you can create a username. So as soon as you create a user, you need to provide the user ID and password, and through that it can connect to your database, right? So this is what we have discussed in the last lecture. Now let me share my screen and let me open that. I'll do one thing. I'll start this Ubuntu. Okay, let me start the Ubuntu. So okay, I started my machine, and let me log in here with the help of Learnomate user, and the password is Oracle. Okay. So yesterday's lecture we discussed about how to create a user. If you want to create a user, you can use add user command, or user add command also you can use, and username you need to specify. If you want to verify whether the user got created or not, so you can open /etc/password file, and in that file we can go and you can check whether the user is exist or not. If the part of this file, if the user is the part of this file, then I can say that yes, file is exist. Okay. Now let me come up with something. Okay, let me come up with something. So now we are going to talk about groups. What we are going to talk about? Groups. See, what is group? A group is a collection of users. What is group? A group is collection of users. So this is a group. So I'm going to create a group, and when I'm going to create a group, to that group I can give any name. Let's say I'm giving a name like DBA. Under that group I'm going to provide the, I'm going to insert my users. So we have a users like user 1, user 2, user 3, and all these are the part of DBA group. So if I want to consider, then I'm considering that I have a DBA team, and under that DBA team I have these users are there. Okay. So when group was not there, earlier time what I was doing, I was giving the permission on user level. Like let's say I'm giving a permission like read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. So I need to provide the permission to each and every user. What I was doing, I was providing the permission to each and every user. And in future, let's say I want to remove the permissions. Let's say I want to remove execute permissions. So I'm removing the permissions from U1, U2 and U3. I was removing the permissions like this. So if I want to give permissions, again I need to give the permission like read, write, execute. So every user I need to explicitly provide the permissions. I was providing explicitly permissions. So like if I have 10,000 users are there, I need to provide the permission 10,000 times. If I want to remove the permissions, I need to remove the permission 10,000 times. So instead of doing like that, what I can do, I can create a group, and under that group I can provide the, I can insert the user. I can add this user here, and I will not provide the permission on user level. I'll provide the permissions on group level. So let's say I have a DBA group, and to this group I'm giving read, write permissions. So automatically the people who are the part of that group, they will get this read, write, execute permissions, because they are the part of group. Now let's say I created one more user, U4 user I created, and I added that user under this group, I don't need to provide him permissions. But because since he is the part of this group now, he will automatically get read, write, execute permissions automatically. And in future, let's say you are saying that, okay, I want to remove these execute permissions. You can remove the permissions on directly on group level only. If you change the permissions like read, write only, automatically it will be read, write for all the users. So now it become very easy to provide the permissions. These are the like a set of people. These are like a set of people who are the part of same group. So what is group? Group is a collection of users. Group is a collection of users, and it makes your life, while you are giving a permissions, while you are removing the permissions, it makes your life very easy. So if you want to create a user, like okay, if you want to create a group, so you can use the command like group add and group name. Let's say my group name is DBA. Now under this group, so only group got created now, okay, with the name DBA. Under this group, I want to insert U1 and U2. I want to insert this U1 and U2. I want to add this user. So you need to say that group, you need to say user mode hyphen A. Hyphen means I want to append to the group. Which group I want to append? DBA group. Who? U1. So I want to add U1 user under this DBA group. So you have a command user mode hyphen A hyphen G under this DBA group, and then your username. If you want to add U2, again you need to say user mode hyphen A. I want to append where? In the group hyphen G. Which group? DBA group. To whom? U2. So you need to write down this command. You cannot do comma separated. Like if you are thinking that can I add U1 and U2 at the same time? No, that's not possible. You need to add like this only. Now since we have created this DBA group and under that U1 and U2 got created, how to verify whether the user got created or not? Sorry, how to verify whether the group got created or not? Last time we verified user, right? How to verify user? Cat /etc/password file we checked, right? If I want to verify whether the whether the group got created or not, and whether this U1 and U2 is the part of DBA group or not, that you can verify under a file called /etc/group, this file. If you open this file, there you will find that there is a group with the name DBA. Under that U1 comma U2, these two users are there. You can see the entry like this. If you see the entry under that file, then I can say that okay, we have a DBA group. Under that U1 and U2, under that U1 and U2 are the part of that group. Did you understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first
Sir,
command
what
is
is that
yes.
hyphen and hyphen G for?
Hyphen aim is append. I am appending a user 3 under this DBA group. Hyphen aim is append. Hyphen G means group. Which group? DBA group. What I am doing? Appending. To whom? U2 user. Where? Under this DBA group. You got my point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you try it once before I show you practically? Just give a try. Try to create a user and see if you are able to do that. Can you just try it once? Just try it once, guys. Okay, when you are creating a group, who need to create this group? Who can create that? Do you think that the normal user can create that? No.
No, root user will
A root
create.
user. And how to log into the root user? Sudo
Sudo su iPhone.
su
Sudo
hyphen. Okay, try this once. Okay, if you are not able to do that, I'll show you.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Able to do, everyone? Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
User mode group DBA does not exist. It means you have not created a group. First of all, you need to create a group, okay? And make sure that the users which you are adding, that user should be already exist. It's not like the user will be created, okay? The user need to be already exist, okay? Let me show you that. See, I just started the operating system. Now let me open the terminal here. So what I will do, I'll log in with the which user? Root user. So you can see here I got logged in with a root user, okay? Now if I check cat/etc/password, here I can see there are two users are there, U1 and U2. U1 and U2 are there. Now let me do one thing. Let me add my user under this, let me add this user under this group. How to create a group first of all? So I'll use add group. So there is a simple command like add group and group name. What is the group name? DBA. I created this group. So if I say cat/etc/group, if I go here, I can see there is a group, but there are no users available under that group. DBA group is there, but there are no users. So how to add that user? So you can say user mode. Let me increase the font little bit. So I'll go to the preference, go to the custom font here. Okay, select. Now it's fine, right? So I'll say user mode -a -g. What is the group name? DBA. I want to add U1. Done. I want to add U2. User mode. Where I added? Now I want to verify whether the DBA group contain U1 and U2 or not. Can you see here? I can see DBA contain U1 and U2, comma separated. So this is how you can create a users. The user already we have created, right? Yesterday we created this user now. Yesterday we have created this user. So if you want to create a user, by any chance if you forget it, you can use the command like add user U1. Then you are going to say add user U2. Then you are going to add user mode -a -g group name U1. Similar way, user mode -a -g DBA group u2. Then you can verify it. How to verify? Cat /etc/group. There I can see there is a DBA group is there. Under that u1 comma u2 both are there. This is what you need to follow. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, everyone? Now let me give you one assignment. Try this. So okay, try like this. First of all, you can create a users like create a group with the name o install. Okay, under that add this u3 and u4. Is it clear? Create a group with the name o install install and add this user over there and verify it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, try this and let me know once it is done.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Please tell me.
sir. Can you please explain it again?
I'll discuss about that.
Yes.
You need to create it first, then you can add it to the. Fine. Let's see that practically once. Okay. So what I said here, like you need to create a group with the name 𝐲�install, right? What is the group name? 𝐲�install. And under that 𝐲install group, you need to add U3 and U4, correct? So let's do one thing. I'll create 𝐲install. So how to create 𝐲install group, guys? Acha, before I create 𝐲install group, what I need to do? I need to create users, right? I need to create users. So how to create a users?
Add user thing.
Add user.
So I need to say add user U3, done. U3 password is U3. Then I'll say yes. Then I'll say add user U4 and done. How to verify whether the user got created or not?
cat/etc/password.
If I go here, I can see U3 and U4 got created, right? Okay. Now I want to create a group. What is the command?
User mode a space.
No,
hyphen
first of all, I
H,
need
a
to
space,
create a
hyphen-
group now. First of all, I need to create a group.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Add group. What is that? 𝐲install. Okay. Then I need to add it. The user I need to add into this group, right? So what is that command? User mode -a -g. What is the group name? 𝐲install. Where?
U3.
U3 and U4. And how to verify?
cat/etc/group. Right.
Can you see here? 𝐲install U3 and U4. Remember one thing, that when you create a user na, automatically with the same name a group will get created. Like, see, U3 and U4 is a group actually, right? So U3 and U4 is a user. So then why these users are available here? Because automatically when you create a user with that username, a group also get created. With that username, a group also get created. But that group does not contain any users as of now. Okay, remember that. This understanding, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did you guys join yesterday's session? Did you guys join yesterday's session night 8:30? I think
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. I have joined.
Okay. How was that?
Great, sir.
Great.
Great, sir.
So she is the part of our current batch only. I think maybe she already explained that. Okay. So it was not pre-planned. So we suddenly got the news, and I thought like to arrange the session for you so that it will be quite useful for you. And again, like, if our colleague get selected as a DBA, so we always get motivated, right? So that's the plan behind that. So I think I got the news by 7 o'clock. So she was in touch with me from last almost 1 week. So back to back calls and discussions, and then finally the offer has been released. Okay, fine. I hope you people will also give such a news in future very soon. That's the hope. Let's see. Fine. Let's try to understand about permissions now. Okay, permissions. See what we have done. We created a user, we created groups, and now I'm going to talk about permissions, right? Now I'm going to talk about permissions. Like what type of permissions we can give it to the user. okay, what type of permissions we can give it to the users. So first of all, why we need a permission, right? Why we need permission? Because see, I know that a root is a very powerful person. If I'm asking you to start the server, if I'm asking you to shut down the server, he can go inside the any directory, he can delete directory, he can create directory, he can do everything because he's a super user, correct? Because he's a super user. But all the users cannot do everything. Like let's say I created a file with the name ABC with my user. So I'm thinking that my file should not be deleted by your user, correct? Because this is my file, na? Yeah, maybe super user can do that, like root user can delete a file, but you should not be able to do that. So we need to restrict it, right? We need to restrict the permissions. So that is the reason we have a permissions are available in Linux operating system also, including your database also. So database level permission we are going to see at the time of Oracle DBA. Right now we are mainly focusing on Linux operating system. So there are three type of permissions are there: read permissions, write permissions, and then you have execute permissions is there. Now what is meant by read permissions? Read permissions, like let's say I'm using a file like cat abc.txt. I'm using this command. So when I say that cat abc.txt, you're opening that file. That is like a read permissions. You're doing VI editor. Your VI means you're opening a file first, right? That is a read permissions. Write permissions, like let's say you open a file and under that file you are going to append something. You are going to make some changes. That change will be your write permissions. And execute permissions means let's say you have some scripts are there, okay? Any shell scripts are there, like let's say I have created a backup script with the name backup.sh. So who can execute this? Who can execute this script? That is called script execute permissions. So whenever you have a script and that you want to execute, for that you need to have execute permissions. These permissions you can give it to user also, and these permissions you can give it to group level also. If I have a user with the name U1, so to this user also I can give read permissions, write permission, execute permissions. But when I'm giving the permissions on group level, like let's say DBA is a group, under that U1 and U2 is there. So when I'm giving a permissions on group level, like read, write, execute, that read, write, execute will be assigned to that users who are the part of that group. U3 will not get that permissions because U3 is not the part of that group. So the people who are the part of that group, they will get the permissions. So you can assign the permissions on user level also, individual level you can assign the permission. You can assign the permission on group level also. That is the reason we created group like DBA, install, we created that. If you want to give the permissions, for that you need to use the command like chmod. What is that command? Chmod. Then you can give the permissions, like let's say I'm giving a permission like 777, then abc.txt. Now what is this? You can give the permissions on 3 levels, not 2 levels actually. You can give the permission on user level, you can give the permission on group level, you can give the permissions to the other people also. Now what is other? Let's say I got logged in with Learnomate user. Learnomate is my current user, and I created a file with the name abc.txt. So abc.txt will be created by Learnomate user, right? So this Learnomate user, he is the owner. What if I say Learnomate will be the owner of abc.txt. And you can give the permission on user level, group level, and other level. So permission will looks like this. Like if I go here and if I do ls-lrt, you can see the permissions like that. Let me do one thing. Switch user Learnomate. I'll go to the Learnomate. CD desktop. Clear. Fine. So just take this file, okay? Just take this abc.txt file. So if you see this permission, you can see the permissions like first dash. Dash means it is a file. What do you see? First dash, it is a file. First dash means it is a file, right? What is this? When you see here, so we have permissions like dash, This is not a permission. This is just referring like, okay, this is a file. Then you have rw dash is mentioned. Then you have rw dash is mentioned, and then we have r dash dash is there. So this first three is basically on user level. Second three is on group level. Third three is the permission on other level. So when I say that user, like if you are asking me abc.txt, who is the owner of this file? So this is my username. He is the owner. And what is this? This is a group name. The second one is group, and the first one is user. So on user level, what type of permissions are there? The user level permissions are like user can do read, write, but he cannot do execute. It is a blank. What group can do? He can do read and write, but execute cannot do. Other people means those people who are not owner, and those people who are not the part of group also. So let's say I have created a user called u1 user, and u1 is not the part of Learnomate group. Learnomate group, he is not the part. Let's say this is my Learnomate group. This is my Learnomate group. Under this Learnomate group, let's say I have other users like u2 and u3. So u2 and u3 will get these permissions: read, write, blank. But u1, he is the part of other. He is not the part of group also. He is not owner also, because owner is Learnomate. u1 is not the part of group also. So he will get only read permissions. So how these permissions looks like? If I want to draw these permissions, you can see the permissions like this. Like if I go here and see here, so if I say read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, let's say blank. So first permission is on user level, second permission is on group level, third permission is on other level. This permission you can assign with the number also, like read, write, execute. Read is 4, 4, 2, 1. What is the total sum? Read, write, execute. Total sum is 7. So if I want to give the same permissions, I'll give the permissions like read, write, execute. What is the sum? 7. Read, write, execute. 7. Read, write. What is that?
6.
6. 4 plus 2, 6. So if I want to give the same permission, I can give the permission like chmod 7 7 6 to the file abc.txt. Then I can say that user is having which permissions? Full permissions.
Read, write, execute.
Read, write and execute. Group is having full permissions. Read, write and execute. Other is having only read and write. Read and write. He is having read, write, execute. He is also having read, write, execute. So if I run the command like chmod 765. So what is the permission of user? What is the permission of user?
Read and write.
7 is a full permission, guys. 4 plus 2 plus 1. 7 is full permission. 6 means which permissions?
Read, write.
Read and write.
Read, write.
And other means
Read, execute.
Read and execute.
read dash execute. Correct? Dash is mentioned there because there is no permission on write level. So whenever I want to give the permission, I can give the permission by using chmod command. Chmod is the command to provide the permissions. So there are three type of permissions are there: read permissions, write permission, execute permissions. You can give this permission in the form of number also. 4 plus 2 plus 1 total is 7. You can give the permission on user, group and other. By using the chmod command, you are going to provide the permissions. Now if I go to the operating system level and if I'm asking you what is the permission of this directory, so what is the permission of user level?
Read, write, execute.
Read, write,
Execute.
Group level,
Only
Read
read.
and
Read and write.
Execute, right.
only read and execute.
write.
Other,
Read, execute.
okay. Now let's say I want to provide the full permissions on this file. So I'll simply use the command like chmod
777.
777
7
abc.txt.
abc.txt.
So if I go here and check, abc.txt is having which permissions?
Full permission.
Read, write, and execute.
Can you see that, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Able to understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is how it works.
Sir, which has full permission? Can we say owner of group?
What you said?
Owner of group?
Owner what? Can we change the owner? Are you saying owner or group? Yes, we can change that. Okay, I'll discuss about that. So whenever I want to give, so can you see the color got changed when you are changing, when you are giving the full permissions, na? Like color is getting changed. Okay. Now I want to give him, let's say, I'll see ch mode user. I'll give full permissions. Then I'll say 4. Then I'll say 1 db.txt. See, can you see that? db.txt here. Read, write, execute, because 7, then 4, and then what is that? Execute means 1 only. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you can change the permissions. Okay, in order to make you understand, I'll take one example. Okay, ls-lrt, and what is that file? db.txt. See, I can cat db.txt, guys. I can do cat command. Let's take an example, small file, cat oracle.txt. Okay, see, clear. See, if I do ls-lrt oracle.txt, what is the oracle.txt permission? I have read permissions are there. Correct? Read permissions. I'll do one thing. Since I have read permissions, I can do cat oracle.txt and I can see the content because I'm having which permissions? Read permissions. I'll do one thing. I'll remove the read permissions from user also, group also, other also. So I'll say ch mode. I'll not give read permissions. So I'll not give read permissions. Then what is the command I need to specify? Which permissions I need to give? Read permissions I will not give. Then what is that? So let's give like 333 or let's say 222 oracle.txt. Done. I'm going to use cat command now. When I'm doing the cat command, I'm getting something message. What is that? What is that? Permission denied. You got my point? Because I do not have which permission?
Read permission.
Read permission.
Can you see I have read permission here?
No.
No, I do not have.
No.
So I'm getting the error message. So if I give permissions like 7 ch mode 444 oracle.txt, can I do cat now?
Yes.
4 is read.
Yes.
Okay. Can I give? Yes, I can do that.
Yes, sir.
If I do oracle.txt, okay, can I write down something, guys? Can I write down?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I have
Yes, sir.
read permissions.
No, sir. No.
Can you see in the bottom there is something mentioned like read only? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
What is meant by read only?
You can read, but you can't write anything.
We can read, but we cannot write anything. So if I try to write anything, it's not happening. Even if it is happening, I will not be able to save. :WQ. This is for save. It is giving message like read only file. I cannot save it. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
You got my point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
do
sir.
one thing. Create a file. See the permissions. Change the permissions. Like first of all, you remove read permissions like this, and then give read permissions, and it will automatically remove your write permissions. Understanding now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Try this and let me know once it is done.
Sir, what we need to do?
let me show you here. Quite simple. First of all, let's say you are inside the desktop of Learnomate. Create file with the name abc.txt. Okay, see if you can do cat command. Okay, see if you can do cat command. Yes, I can do the cat command. Then remove read permissions. How to remove read permissions? chmod 222 your file name, let's say file name is abc.txt. Then try to do cat command, whether you are able to read it or not. Then okay, you are not able to read, then provide which permissions? Read permission. Then you are able to do read permissions, means like you need to give chmod only read, you need to give 444 abc.txt. Then try to do vi editor abc.txt and see if you can do edit. You should not be able to do edit because you have given only which permissions? Read permissions. Then provide which permissions? Read plus write permissions. So you should be able to do read also, you should be able to write also. How to provide? chmod read and write 4 plus 2. So you can give like 666 abc.txt. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try this. Is it happening, everyone? Able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Done. You can write, but you cannot save it. Okay. When you give 444, which is a read permissions, you may be able to write it, but if you try to save it by using :WQ, you will not be able to save it. There is a difference between :WQ and :WQ exclamation mark. You may be able to do that because this is save and this is save as with same name or different name. So you can save it again. Save as and save. You know the difference, right, everyone? You cannot save. You can do save as. Save as like you are creating a new file with the same name or different name. Okay. So when you give the permissions like 444 and if you try to do insert, you may be able to do insert, but you cannot save it. You cannot do that. Okay. Understanding, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Let's do one thing. Let's connect tomorrow and we'll see this permission part one more time. Okay. I'll talk about that. Fine, guys. Yeah, thanks. Let's connect tomorrow. We'll continue this. Bye bye.